Chapter 1. Welcome to Nibbleton, a very silly town. Shh, it's almost bedtime. Let me tell you about a very funny little town called Nibbleton. Nibbleton wasn't like any other town. Nope. You see, everything in Nibbleton was made of snacks. The houses were crunchy crackers, the streets were made of cookies, and the clouds? Oh, the clouds were big, fluffy scoops of whipped cream floating gently through the sky. And right in the middle of Nibbleton lived a tiny mouse named Mozzie. Mozzie was the sleepiest little mouse you'd ever meet. He wore a big polka-dotted nightcap that flopped over his ear, and he loved taking naps more than anything else in the whole world. Every night, when the sky turned soft and purple and the peanut butter breeze drifted through the air, Mozzie knew it was almost time for the sleepy cheese parade. Mozzie's whiskers twitched as he sniffed the sweet air. Smells like bedtime, he yawned. Just then, high above the snacky town, the Yawning Moon peeked out from behind a whipped cream cloud. The moon was big, round, and oh so sleepy. He gave a long, slow yawn. Mozzie giggled. "That's the signal," he whispered. "The parade is starting." Before Mozzie could hop onto his cheese float, the Yawning Moon called down in his sleepy voice, "Little ones, why don't you try a big yawn with me? It'll help you get ready too." "Go ahead now. Take a big, slow breath. Open your mouth real wide and give me your best sleepy yawn." That was perfect. Mozzie stretched his tiny arms way up high, just like melting cheese, and wiggled his toes. "Ooh, that feels good," he smiled. The Yawning Moon chuckled softly. "Tonight's parade is going to be extra slow and extra sleepy, just the way we like it." Mozzie nodded, his eyes already feeling heavy. "I'm ready," he said. "Let's go to the parade." And with that, Mozzie climbed onto his cozy cheese float, ready to begin his journey through the dreamiest, silliest town there ever was. But don't worry, the parade is just getting started, and there's plenty more fun to come. For now, take another slow, deep breath and let it out nice and easy. We're on our way. Chapter 2. The Sleepy Cheese Parade begins. Mozzie's cheese float wobbled slowly down the cookie crumb road. It was soft, squishy, and smelled just a little bit like cheddar. All around him, the other parade floats joined in, each one sillier and sleepier than the last. First came Brie the Breezy Butterfly. Her wings were made of floppy slices of soft cheese, and every time she flapped them, a little sound puffed out like a balloon letting out air. "I'm so sleepy, Mozzie," Brie yawned. "I can barely flap." "Me too," Mozzie smiled. "That's what makes the Sleepy Cheese Parade the best." Right behind Brie came Colby the Cow, slowly pushing a big drum made of a cheese wheel. "Moo," Colby hummed lazily. "I brought my music drum." With each step, Colby gave his drum a gentle tap. "Plump, plump." The sound was so soft and slow that even the trees started to droop their cracker branches. Mozzie giggled and gave his own little stretch. "Ooh, my whiskers feel floppy already." Then came Gouda the Gator, yawning the loudest of them all. He was carrying his snorophone, an instrument that sounded like a giant snore every time he blew into it. Shh, shh. Mozzie's eyes got wider. "Whoa, that's the sleepiest sound I've ever heard," he whispered. Gouda gave him a big, sleepy grin. "Thanks, Mozzie. I've been practicing my snoozy tunes all week." The whole parade was moving slower and slower and slower. Mozzie wiggled his toes inside his cozy float and let out a teeny tiny yawn. "I think it's working," he mumbled. "I'm getting sleepy already." The Yawning Moon peeked down again and called softly, "Hey, little ones, why don't you try wiggling your toes like Mozzie? Just a little, then take a deep, slow breath in and let it out nice and easy, just like the sleepy parade. Go ahead, wiggle those toes, breathe in and out. Doesn't that feel nice?" The parade crept forward, soft music playing, yawns filling the air, and the whole town of Nibbleton getting sleepier and sleepier. And Mozzie smiled, knowing the best part of the parade was still to come. Chapter 3. The Marshmallow Meadow rest stop, the Sleepy Cheese Parade moved slower and slower until it wobbled right up to the softest, fluffiest place in all of Nibbleton, Marshmallow Meadow. Mozzie's eyes grew wide. "Ooh, my favorite part," he whispered. "Time for a rest stop." The meadow was filled with giant marshmallow puffs, big squishy ones, medium bouncy ones, and tiny little marshmallow pillows that wobbled like jelly when you poked them. Brie the Butterfly flopped her cheesy wings and landed right in the middle of a marshmallow. "Ooh, move. It's so soft, she giggled, sinking down like a pebble into pudding. Moo, time for a break. Colby the Cow yawned. He plopped down on the fluffiest marshmallow of all, making a quiet poof sound. Mozzie smiled and climbed off his cheese float. He stretched his little mouse arms and wiggled his whiskers. I'm gonna find the bounciest marshmallow, he giggled. But just as Mozzie took a step, a marshmallow nearby sneezed. Ah, achoo! Mozzie's eyes went wide. Wait, did that marshmallow just sneeze? It did. Out popped a marshmallow sheep, blinking sleepily. Oh, excuse me, the sheep mumbled. I always get sneezy when I'm sleepy. Mozzie and the others giggled so hard their bellies jiggled like jelly. That's okay, sheep, Mozzie chuckled. We're all sleepy here. The yawning moon drifted lower and smiled down. All right, little ones. It's time to rest just like Mozzie and his friends. Lie back. Imagine you're sinking down into a big puffy marshmallow pillow. Go ahead, close your eyes for a moment, take a nice slow breath in, and let it out soft and easy, just like that marshmallow sheep sneeze. Ah, chew! Mozzie sank into his marshmallow and let out a big, slow yawn. I could stay here forever, he mumbled. The sheep smiled sleepily. Me too, but we still have to finish the parade. Mozzie nodded slowly. Yeah, but maybe just one more minute. And so the whole parade rested, snuggled up in marshmallow fluff, feeling softer, sleepier, and ready for the next part of their journey. Chapter 4, Sleepy River of Milk, Final Float. After their marshmallow rest, Mozzie and his friends yawned big, slow yawns and climbed back onto their floats. The parade wobbled forward until they reached the edge of the Sleepy River of Milk. The river was smooth and creamy, flowing so slowly it hardly made a sound, just a soft shh, like a sleepy whisper. Mozzie's eyes grew heavy. Wow, the Sleepy River looks sleepier than ever, he mumbled. Colby the Cow smiled and said, Ready to float, Mozzie? This part always makes me moosey. The floats drifted one by one onto the river. Mozzie lay back on his cheese raft, feeling the soft waves carry him. Then Sleepy Duck waddled by, floating on a sprinkle donut. Quack! This is the best nap ride ever, she whispered, her eyes already closing. Behind her came Snorri the Snail, riding a swirl of whipped cream. He gave the slowest, sleepiest wave anyone had ever seen. Hello, Snorri snored mid-wave. Mozzie giggled softly, his whiskers drooping. This is the slowest parade ever, and I love it. The yawning moon peeked down, smiling gently. Little ones, why don't you close your eyes for a moment and imagine you're floating too? Just like Mozzie. Take a slow, deep breath in, fill your belly like a balloon, and then let it out, nice and easy, like a milk river flowing slow and sleepy. Shh! Mozzie wiggled his toes one last time. I feel like a marshmallow, floating in hot chocolate, he whispered. Colby gave his drum one last sleepy tap. Plomp! Brie the Butterfly flapped her floppy cheese wings slower and slower until she couldn't flap at all. Even the clouds of whipped cream drifted lower, ready to fall asleep. Mozzie sighed a happy sigh. I don't think I've ever been this sleepy before, he whispered. The sleepy river carried them gently, softly, all the way to the very last stop, right beneath the glowing, yawning moon. And there, the final sleepy song was waiting. Chapter 5, The Yawning Moon's Goodnight Song. The sleepy cheese parade floated slower and slower until finally they reached the end of the sleepy river, where the yawning moon waited, glowing softly in the sky. The moon gave everyone a big sleepy smile. Well done, little dreamers, you made it, he whispered. Mozzie yawned so wide his little ears flopped. That was the sleepiest parade ever. Brie the Butterfly was already half asleep, mumbling, cheese dreams. Colby the Cow gave one last moo and curled up on his drum. Even Gouda the Gator hugged his snorophone like a teddy bear. The yawning moon floated down just a little bit closer, his voice soft and slow. Before you drift off, how about one last lullaby? Mozzie nodded sleepily. Yes, please. The moon cleared his throat, but every time he tried to sing, a giant yawn came out instead. La 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 la, yawn, la la la. Mozzie giggled softly. Moon, you're too sleepy to finish your song. The moon chuckled. Maybe that's the point. It's the yawning song. It's supposed to make everyone so sleepy. The moon looked down and said gently, Why don't you try it too, little ones? Take a deep, slow breath in and let out your biggest yawn ever. Go ahead now, breathe in real big and hen. Ah, that's perfect. Mozzie snuggled down on his cheese float, his eyes blinking slower and slower. The yawning moon gave one last soft hum. Your body is ready to rest, your dreams are waiting, and the night is soft and quiet. Good night, little ones. Mozzie smiled one last sleepy smile. Good night, moon, he whispered. And just like that, Mozzie, the parade, and all of Nibbleton drifted off into the sweetest, silliest dreams. And now, so can you. Close your eyes, take one last soft, slow breath, and sleep tight until the morning light. Good night.